Y'all, we've been getting some questions. People are like, okay, what's the deal? How do I work with you? So we thought, let's make it easy for you. We happen to be together today, as you can see, which is a fun treat.
They might not know. We normally live 4 hours apart.
Yeah.
But we are here together today.
Here we are. So we said, let's make this easy for folks. Let's create a podcast episode where we spill the tea on the details of how it is that you can work with us. Welcome to the Live Your Yes Life podcast, where we share channeled thoughts, discussion, and interviews on what it takes to go from dreaming and wishing to actively living your yes life. And like I said, today is a special episode because we are not going to share our regular content. We are going to give you a behind the scenes of the what and the how it is that you can work with us.
Likely, if you've been tuning in for a little bit, you already know who you are, but just in case this is your first time ever listening to us, I want to say welcome. I'm Lisa.
I'm Kaela.
And we're the co-founders of Rise Leadership Circle and the co-hosts of this podcast, Live Your Yes Life.
And if you didn't know, we're also mother-daughter, and you'll get to definitely see that dynamic come out.
There may be a few. We should create a blooper reel for these ones we film together.
We probably should. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to spill the tea, give you the skinny on the different ways that there are to work with us. I want to start by telling you that there is more than one way. It is not one size fits all, though we have one option that most people are really excited about and is where they start working with us. So just know that we're going to spend most of our time talking about that today. But if that does not seem like the perfect fit, reach out. We would love to be able to tell you, and we'll just make quick mention of the high-level details of some of the other ways so that you know. So I want to start by saying that there are free ways that you can work with us. You can continue to listen to this podcast, the Live Your Yes Life podcast, where every week we give a lot of knowledge, interviews, and behind the scenes of what's going on in our world and the work that we're doing with our clients. So if you're looking for a great free resource to pour into yourself week after week, this right here is an excellent stop. And you can pair it with our free Facebook group of the same name. It's called Live Your Yes Life. It's over on Facebook. We do, after each podcast episode airs each week, we do a deeper dive in a Facebook Live over there to go deeper, speak into it, answer other questions, and we share other resources and workshops in there throughout the month as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of not just free training and information, but lots of community over there too. So the other reason you might want to pop over there is if you're someone who's like, I want to meet people like me. I want to meet people who are interested in doing this work or who have big goals or creating big dreams in their life. It is a really interactive community and you will make some new friends. You can do some networking over there. You can find collaborations, like whatever it is you're looking for, come and join us.
Absolutely. So right now, we are going to give you the skinny on our membership community that's called The Circle. The Circle is a coaching community for the people who are ready and willing to live their yes life. So they're not just like checking it out, dipping their toe. They are claiming this yes life for themselves. It's for people who are committed to experiencing more joy and to let their inner light shine bright, creating the best year of their life yet.
So we really want to help you fall back in love with your life. And I think something that's different about us, so we do work with a lot of entrepreneurs, you guys. We work with a lot of leaders and people who create their own businesses, but that's not the only person that we work with, right? We work with the person who, like we just said, wants to live your yes life. And we want you to fall in love with every area of your life. So we want you to feel fulfilled. And we don't want you to just have business that you love. We want you to have a life that you love, that your business can fund along for the ride.
And that being said, if you don't have a business, this is still totally the spot for you. We are life coaches, okay? We are life coaches. We are life coaches for entrepreneurs. We are life coaches for people that have a big dream. We are life coaches for people that have a yearning and a craving and a burning desire inside of them to live a life that feels expansive and joyful and leaves a legacy and makes an impact. And P.S., that does not have to mean that you have an Oprah-sized dream. Maybe you do. A lot of our clients do. It also might mean that you have a dream that looks like coming home to yourself. A lot of our clients have a dream of a life of simplicity, where they are living on some spacious land and spending time with their family, spending time with books that they love. So we just want you to know that there's no right dream in our community, okay? However big and fanciful and glamorous to however simple it is, what we care about is what is your dream. What are the desires that call to you in the middle of the night, when you're washing the dishes, when you are sitting in the car wash, like as you go through your life, what are the things that resonate and say, this is for you? And that's what we're here for.
Because we know there aren't a lot of spaces in life where we get to have these conversations. And like most of us, we have a lot of, let's just say, programming or patterns or ways that we were raised that, or not necessarily raised, just maybe society is that influence on us where it doesn't necessarily feel practical to follow the big dream, or it doesn't feel logical to follow the big dream. And maybe you even have people in your life who are like, that doesn't really make sense. You should follow the safe route. You should follow this plan. And you're kind of feeling like you're just lost in how to get there.
So having a life coach supports you in bringing your dreams and desires to life. It is about you living in your most authentic, honest alignment for you. We always like to say that we are not the experts on your life. The truth is, we don't know what is best for you or in your highest alignment. Only you do. You are the only expert on your life. But what we are experts in is helping you get out of your own way. We hold up the mirror so that you can see what's in your blind spots, the limiting beliefs, the patterns, the conditionings, the excuses, the old ways of doing things, and feeling like maybe you need to honor a should or someone else's idea of what your life should look like. And instead, we come up and we hold up a mirror so that you can see all of the stuff you didn't even know to look at, and you can get out of your own way to really have what you want.
So good. I want to tell you guys a little story about like my first experience of life coaching. So my first experience with a coach was a business coach. I hired someone specifically to come in and support me in my business. I've been an entrepreneur for, I don't know, lots of years, 25 years, maybe more. I don't know, a long time. In my first business, I hired a team of coaches to come in and really support me. And it was transformational and it was amazing. And I had met someone who was a life coach and I was like, what's life coaching? This is cool. I'm a leader. I've got 30 employees. I'm going to go and take a training to be a life coach because I want to be a better leader. So that was my first dip a toe into it. I'm just going to go be one. And what happened for me was nothing short of changing my entire life, because when you go through a training like the one that I did, you are getting coached. You're getting coached while you're coaching other people and you're really doing the work. You're immersed in the work. And I've changed everything changed, but in a good way, right? I mean, I don't want to scare you. You have to change your whole life. It's not that. I had to change my whole life. I sold my business. I made a move. I ended up leaving a really toxic relationship. And I ended up finding my way to a really fulfilled and joyful life.
Absolutely. And as Lisa's daughter, I got to watch this transformation happen and see how it was positively impacting my life. And one thing that I want to speak to all of the parents or the someday parents out there or role models is that as the child of someone who was choosing this for herself, who was investing in herself, who was making changes for herself, my life only got better. I only experienced the benefits of what she was going through because she was making the courageous choice to step into expansion. And the whole family got to come along. We got to look at the ways that we were living with outdated paradigms, with limiting beliefs, with seeing how we didn't think things were possible for us. And by watching my mom choose a new path for herself, what it taught me as a young person is that I can choose to have what I want to. And I often hear people say this to me a lot. They're like, girl, you are so young to be doing this work. And what I say is, well, I got a head start, okay? I started early. I had all of the limiting beliefs, the doubts, the beat up on myself that so many other people that I talked to did, but I had the privilege and the opportunity to start identifying and working on that early. And it has changed the game. So I just want you to know that if there's anybody in your life and you're having a fear of, if I invest in me, if I choose for me to grow, how's that going to impact someone else? The truth is that it will, because In your life, you are at the center of it, and everything else is an extension of you. Your family is an extension of you. Your business is an extension of you. Your career, your dreams, your travel plans, like whatever is going on is an extension of you. And so when you grow and fall into alignment with who you are, everything else will have to shift into alignment with that as well.
Such good work. And I know it's hard to invest in yourself. We're going to talk about that in a second. Like, one of the reasons we have created the circle that we're going to tell you about is because we know not everybody has a big budget for life coaching, right? You don't necessarily put that into your annual budget. Like, here's some of you do now.
Now, once you start working with us, then you sure do. But at first, we don't.
Yeah, absolutely. You're like, what is this? Do I need this? Like, what even is life coaching? What am I going to get? So that's what we want to talk to you about next.
So the circle is for you if you want to break the cycle of settling for good enough, waiting for a better time, and not having what you truly want. And really, the circle is an inclusive mind, body, soul coaching program. So we coach the whole human. We pay attention to your physical needs, your mental needs, the whole person that's here. And we coach you to take the bold actions to have the life that you want by honoring your desires. Okay? So let's talk about how it is that we support you. And I guess before we do that, we should speak into how do you know if this is for you? Okay? So let's just as like a little mental checkbox that you can be like, that's for me. Yes, that's for me. That's for me. So we'll start with number one. If you are someone who is willing to live the life that you feel like you are a yes for, then this is a space for you. Now, I want to talk about the difference between the words ready and willingness. So ready is not a feeling. You might be listening to this right now and say, Kaela, I do not feel ready. I feel like I need to get my budget in order. I feel like I need to do X, Y, Z. I feel like I need to get this straightened out. I just don't feel ready to go on living my big, juicy dream life. Friends, what I want to say to you is that being ready is a decision, not a feeling. And I hear this a lot. True story. People will say, my life is in too much disarray to work with a life coach. Now, love you so much. That is like telling me that you want to go to a gym to get strong and you saying, I have to get strong before I can go to the gym. The gym is the environment that creates the strength. A life coaching community is the environment that supports you to create the life that you want. So here's the good news. You can come in with whatever your life is looking like now. Your life can look like chaos, turmoil, like you don't know which way is up. You can also come in feeling like you are in your stride of success. And I want to tell you, friends, that we have people in our community that span the full spectrum. So you can be at the top of your mountain where right now you are having the most success, the most abundance you've ever had. And you are like, my palms are open and I'm ready for more. Or you can come in where you feel like you're down in the valley and you are like, I truly don't know which end is up. I feel like I am lost and disconnected, and know that we do the same work. No matter where you are in the spectrum, the work is the same. Maybe the flavor is a little different. Maybe we sprinkle in a few extra ingredients, but the work is the same because in all of it, what we're doing is we are bringing you home to yourself. We are deepening into the truth of who you are, and we are creating personal breakthroughs that then ripple out to the rest of your life.
It's so true. We see this all the time. And I feel like a good way to say it is like, depending on where you're at on the path being this journey of life, the work is going to hit a little bit differently, right? It's like, if you're just getting started and I don't know, there's like a circumstance that you're really trying to overcome, we're going to apply some work to that circumstance and you're going to feel a shift. If you're someone who's way further down the path and you're really working on creating something different, you could apply that same work and it's a completely different outcome because of where you are in the path. So we do have a place for wherever you're at, but we really do say like this work is in a sense curated for where you are just by the nature of it.
Absolutely. Okay, so the circle is for you if you've noticed that you've been taking care of everybody else and you are ready to put yourself on the priority list.
I feel a big passion about this one because it's been coming up in our world so much lately. We just completed something called the Joy Challenge. It's a 5-day challenge that we led in our community for people to come in and join us. And the overarching theme that we heard was people being held back because most of their time and energy is going into taking care of other people, whether that be at work or at home or family or parents or children or whatever it may be. All of their energy was getting invested and there was nothing that was left over. And that's not sustainable, and it's not even good for the people that you're taking care of.
Absolutely. 1000%. The people that you're taking care of do not benefit when you only have crumbs and leftovers for yourself. When you've got a whole full meal for yourself and then you can go to make them a full meal, if you guys are tracking my analogy, it is better for everyone.
But listen, I know society will tell you that's selfish, or society will tell you that's not the right way to do it, right? So we get stuck thinking this is the good way to be, this is the right way to be. And I'm here to tell you that you can still care for all the people that you love in your life, but you can do it from a place where you get to be full first, and it is a completely different outcome.
Now, I want to say that if you're listening to this and you're like, ladies, yes, but how? But how can I do that when my schedule is maxed? How can I do that when my budget is already spoken for? So here's my request. Today, right now, in this podcast episode, I want you to listen to the what. I want to invite you to, for just a moment, set the how aside. We can pick it right back up, okay? But just for a moment, to listen in and feel into, is this a match for me? Is this a place that would support me to have the dream that I want? And in our next episode, I am going to speak into the how. So we'll pick it right back up. Stay tuned, okay? So the circle is also for you if you desire a supportive community and accountability to keep you taking action towards your dream life. So if you're ever somebody that feels like, man, have I given up on myself. Boy, oh boy, have I started and stopped. We just had somebody yesterday who said, thank you for sticking with me through my 9 false starts. And I replied to her, those were not false starts. Those were you actively being on your path. But sometimes we beat up on ourselves. We pretend that we're failing, that we're dropping the ball, that we're not doing it. And so we will support you through personal breakthroughs, through mindset shifts, and through tangible action to see the consistent forward motion that you can have towards your dream life.
So good. Yeah. This is also for you if you're someone who's like, you know what? I'm done waiting. I'm done wishing. I'm done hoping. I'm just done waiting for things to change. And I am actually willing right now to make that first move. Because when you make the first move, we know the universe is going to follow.
If you desire deep soul alignment in your work, in your home life, in your relationships, with your spirituality, that you want to feel like things are really in alignment, in a groove, this is a space for you.
Yeah, and I think also if you really want to align to your intuition, right? If you want to start to access that deep inner voice within you and trust it, we're going to do a whole lot of work on that inside the circle this year.
And if you desire more adventure, more joy, and a life that you love now, not waiting for retirement, not waiting for the next season, not waiting for circumstances XYZ to change, but to get to see how you can actually fall in love with you and your life right now, this is definitely a place for you.
So good. Okay, so I feel like it's time for us to just get into the nitty gritty of just how does a circle work, And the what it is what we just gave you. That's really the what you get from it. Your life is not going to look the same at the end of a year. So it's a year-long program. I'll just give that away from the start. It's a 12-month coaching membership and coaching program that we ask you to make that 12-month commitment because we know that change doesn't happen overnight, right? It happens piece by piece. And most people stay in even longer than that because they love it and it's their community and it's their people and it's like family.
They're like, that was so good. Can I duplicate round 2, round 3? We've had folks that have been working with us for years. In fact, yesterday we had a VIP day with a new client and we were at our celebration dinner wrapping up and she said, I hope you guys know that I'm going to work with you probably for forever. And just, instantly from day one, because this is not about, let's say this, coaching is not about fixing anything. We can't fix anything because the truth is you are not broken, okay? Coaching, you get coached to create what's next. And there's always going to be another what's next as long as you're alive. So this is a space for you to consistently be growing. There's a saying that I learned when I was going through coach training school that was a flower is either dying or living. Okay, friends? And the same is true for us. We are either dying or we are living. And if we are living, then we've got to get to the living. And that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think like there's always another peak in front of us. It's like we're on this mountain range and it's so cool and we hit the peak and it's fun and we celebrate it. And then we're like, wait, there's a peak I haven't climbed yet. I want to go to that one next. And we go there and we climb it and we celebrate it. And then it's like, wait, there's more. And that's, I think, this journey of life and why this work just keeps getting better and better.
So you get to commit for 12 months, okay? And be in this container and give yourself the space to explore, to discover you, to try on new things, to break up patterns. And I want to ask you this. Think about any pattern, limiting belief, self-sabotage mechanism that you've been doing. How long have you been doing that thing for? You might have been thinking this thing for months, probably years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, okay? So we're gonna need a little bit of space to really get in and bust that thing up. We have a saying that is, small hinges swing big doors. And this is exactly the premise that we have built the circle on. It is on the belief that when we plug into bite-sized coaching opportunities consistently, we can continue to grow in every area of our life while also being fully present for all of the priorities that you have. So instead of creating a whole new category of life that is for coaching, what we want to do is layer coaching on top of all your priorities. So you can use it as a resource and a tool to help you make the impact and have the experience that you want in those areas of your life.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. So here's one way that we start. This is like the tiniest bite, like the first little nibble that you get. Maybe you're someone who's used to waking up in the morning and it's like, okay, I'm jumping in, I have my day, I have to go do this. And before you know it, right, your day is like gotten away from you. We're going to start your day with what we call pocket coaching. It's a tiny little text message that's going to come straight to your phone. You're going to hear from either Kaela or I with a bite-sized coaching tip. It could be a 2-minute voice message. It might be a quick, short little text. Something that's going to help you set your mindset in the direction that you want to go. And I love it because it's just these, like, while you're brushing your teeth, you can instantly get set up for the day.
That is what I do every day, y'all. You know, when I wake up in the morning, but I save it. I don't open the text message until I brush my teeth. I'm habit stacking. I'm gonna brush my teeth every single day. So by listening to this 2-minute message or reading it while I have my toothbrush in hand and then reflecting and doing whatever the prompt is, sometimes we ask you a powerful question. Sometimes we take you through a quick 2-minute visualization. Sometimes read you something powerful and ask you to reflect on that. It starts your day with intention instead of coming from a space of, oh, there's chaos and I don't know which way I'm going. And I've got to tell you, for me personally, that it really impacts my day. On the rare occasion that my day was wonky and I had to brush my teeth right away before the text came yet, I feel a little off. It makes a big difference.
Here's the next thing that you get that I love so much. So twice a week, you get to coach with Kaela and I. We do weekly, what we call weekly parties, because they're fun. They're not meant to be a big heavy lift or a drain in your day. They are come and get coached. So here's what happens on Mondays. Every single Monday, we are going to map out your week together. We're going to plan your week. So you have big goals, you have dreams. You're going to identify what those are once you get inside the circle. And we're going to help you create a plan to get there. And we're going to do it week by week. So you'll join me and we will really get you set up in 30 minutes on Monday afternoon. Your entire week is going to be mapped out in accordance to your big goals. We're focusing on your priorities and you are going to see yourself moving closer to that dream week by week by week.
I want to speak into 2 objections that I already know some of you had. One is that some of you just said, I am so overwhelmed. I am so busy. I don't know how that's going to make a difference for me. Okay, friends, if you are living in a space of overwhelm, of your calendar being maxed, then we must get some focus on it. We must make some decisions and get some priorities and some structures in place to help you choose a new pattern. I want you to hear me say, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Okay? So we have to do something new in order to get a new result. The other thing that I want to speak into is you might have heard Lisa say on Monday afternoons, and you were like, oh, I work on Mondays, or I have this thing going on in the afternoon, so I can't, so that it will be out. Y'all, you do not have to come live. I mean, we'd love you to. You can. I show up live most weeks, but you do not have to. So I would say that currently 80% of our clients work with the parties via replay. So if that is what you're going to choose, you will be in good company. Okay? And here's how you can do that. You can listen to the replay Monday evening, or you can say that Wednesday at noon is your plan your week party, Or you can say Sunday mornings is the time when you plan your week and you use the replay from the week before. So you can make this work for you. The important thing is that you empower the support structure available so that you can get the new results.
Yeah, so good. And then there's one more. We meet together every single Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we are going to do what we call a coaching party. We're there to coach. We are going to bring forward a topic. So the way that we create these topics is we have a pulse on the community. We're paying attention to what are the comments you guys are making inside of the group? What are the conversations we're having on the side? What's been coming up as you're working with your one-on-one coaches, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. And we have a pulse on, okay, what's happening? We are going to curate the support that is going to really help you make those tangible shifts in your life. So there's so much power that happens in these sessions.
I am going to tell you that the group coaching is next level. And people tell me all of the time that they say, I tune in or I watch the replay and every person that you coached related to me. Even if I didn't think it would. Someone could bring something that you think, oh, that doesn't apply to me. But the coaching that we provide will. Because coaching is looking at patterns, limiting beliefs, roadblocks, ways that we self-sabotage, and ways that we can move ourselves forward, plug into possibility. And so no matter what's going on for you, the coaching will apply, and it is powerful to get to be coached on things you didn't even know that you needed coaching on.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. So then, like Lisa mentioned, 2 times a month, you get to work with your one-on-one coach. We give you 2 one-on-one 15-minute power coaching sessions. The coaches on our team are incredible. These are people that we have been peers with in the training programs that we've gone through or have been trained underneath us in our coach training program. So we know that they are masterful, excellent coaches. And you get 2 sessions a month where you get to work with your coach one-on-one. Now you can pick the same coach, always and forever, if you like having that consistency, or you can bop around, get new styles, have a new energy. It's totally up to you. We have a wide variety of times. You will be able to find times that fit into your schedule. And twice a month, you get to come in and have this one-on-one 15-minute power coaching session.
And in case you're wondering what can happen in 15 minutes, a lot can happen in 15 minutes. You'll see that when you come to some of those coaching groups too. Like you can come in and just shift something so quickly. And this also makes it fit in your life. You don't have to carve out another 2 hours a month, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You have 15 minutes in your life.
Yes, you do. And it's great because what happens is the coach doesn't have time to go listen through your whole sob story. We're going to interrupt the pattern. We're going to get to the heart of, the root of what's really going on. What do we need to identify here and make a shift, make a plan, and support you, lovingly support you in creating what you want to do. So you get those 2 times a month. You can stack them together if you like a longer 30-minute session or use them kind of every other week-ish to have that consistent accountability.
Yeah, so good. Okay, so the next thing that you get inside of the circle is quarterly immersions. Let me explain to you what an immersion is. So 4 times a year, we do a deep dive on a topic with our clients. Now, an immersion is a bit different because it's not really come and learn this thing and we're going to deep dive. It's come and apply, come and live, come and do this work in your own life with us in real time and experience the shift in real time. So these are really powerful where we're going to go in deep and you're going to feel like a different person on the other side.
Yeah. I want to tell you about our client, Chris. So we recently shared this information live after the Joy Challenge that we did, and our client, Chris, was on live.